Hi everyone, it's Margaret, and I'm going to be doing my latest cosplay inspired tutorial of Lara Croft. And I'm sure those of you who are into the whole cosplay and video games and all the animation characters, this is definitely somebody you probably know of. And I've been getting a lot of requests to do an inspired look of her. So I'm gonna do my best, and like I said, on the other one and all the other ones that are from animated characters, this is my inspiration and version of a live action character from the video. Now, I've really studied the Guardian of the Light and the Tomb Raider videos, and so this is what I came up with. And so hopefully when you want to do this as a cosplay look, this might be something you might want to try out. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I am making sure that her foundation is really even and clean and just very smooth. Because one thing Lara Croft has, I think, is she's got a beautiful face, beautiful features, and very smooth skin. And of course, it's animated, but I think that needs to be really it really needs to come through when you're doing your cosplay, or even if you don't want to do a cosplay and you just want to do an inspired look of this, you just want to make sure that this is definitely, something that the skin's going to really look glowing and clean and smooth. So now that I'm finishing up the foundation here, I think it's really important that, you make sure to set it and really make sure that everything looks even. And that's really a key thing. And if you're doing this for the cosplay aspect, you want to definitely look a little more theatrical and animated. So don't be afraid to go a little bit heavier. If you're doing this look just because you're inspired and you want to wear it out, go a little bit less. Definitely take that step back a little bit. But if you were definitely doing this for costume, cosplay, Halloween, whatever, and really wanting to look just like the character, definitely go a little bit heavier and theatrical. So I'm taking my blending brush here and just really just mattifying and blending everything in so everything's all cohesive. So now I'm taking a very pearlized highlighting powder, and I'm going to go highlighting shadow and go right underneath the brow bone, and see how I'm just really popping that out with the highlighting powder. Now I'm putting some fallout powder because I'm going to use a little bit more darker tone colors, and this is the gold color. So I'm using some different variations and gradations of color. So I'm going to take this very gold color shadow. It's very metallic gold, and I'm taking my flat brush and I'm just going to go right on the outer part of the lid, and just going to go right from the lash line right into the crease, and just go half on the outer, and see how I'm doing that. And just really you want to pat the color on. You don't want to blend it too much because you really want the vibrancy of this gold to come out. And so now I'm taking more of a smoky brown, kind of metallic brown color of this shadow, and just going right on the inner part of the lid, meeting up to the gold part. So see, we're doing half moon on sideways. So now I'm going to just take some of my fallout powder and just kind of clean it out a little bit. So I'm going to take my contour color and I'm going to go right in the crease of the eyes, the middle crease. And so I'm taking a flat rectangle brush and I'm taking this contour color and just going right on the inner part of the crease just to create some type of gradation. And I'm going to blend this all in a minute. So I'm taking my blending brush now, and the blending brush, what it's doing is it's just kind of putting everything, pulling it all together. So with the blending brush, it just kind of gives it a nice, more just shaded color rather than a hard, edgy color. So I'm going to go back in a little bit more now, go back again with my blending brush. And you're going to just keep adding if you want more intensity, and then just dull it out a little bit by blending it. So now I'm going to take this brush here And now I'm just going to give it a nice coat of gold again, just a little bit more. And then I'm going to give it a little bit more contour, and then you want to make sure that everything is soft and blended, but you want the color to come through. So I'm taking that brown color, metallic color, and I'm going to go with my rectangle brush, a flat brush, and go right on the lash line on the lower lid. And see how that is just smoking it out a little bit? That is what you want. You don't want this to be too harsh, because if you look at Lara Croft, she is very neutral, very glamorous, but very neutral and soft. So you don't want to overdo it. And that's why by doing these softer colors, darker colors, it really adds to it. So now I'm going to take this highlighting powder and go right on the top part of her cheekbone, and see how I'm having Rachel suck her cheeks in, just so that it really creates a nice indentation of it lifts her cheeks up. So now I'm going right underneath the cheekbone, and where it dips in, and I'm using that contour color, and I'm going right underneath. So you want to give it that kind of sunken look. So I'm taking the highlighting powder and then the contour color. So now I'm taking my complexion brush and I'm just blending the two together. So that way it creates a nice, softer, melded look together, but yet you can see the gradation. And see how the eyes are kind of popping out, but it's still very soft and subtle. So I'm going to take a dark, dark powder, and I'm going to really go into the brows and really shape the brows and give it a nice arch. And as you can see, Rachel has really great animated brows here. So I'm going to really go with her natural arch and just really create a nice expression with it. And you want to make sure it looks clean. So make sure to take your time and not rush when you're doing the eyebrows, especially because eyebrows are really important. It really plays a big part in how it creates a proper expression of the face. So you want to make sure both eyebrows are really evened out and everything. So I'm taking my mustache brush here after I drew it in with some powder, and I'm just blending it in with the mustache brush. Now I'm taking a super, super black mascara, and you can definitely put some individuals if you're eyelash challenged, but Rachel here has got some serious lashes of her own, so I'm just going to go with it. Now, if you like my techniques and you're interested also to become a professional makeup artist or learn makeup like a pro and you want to do it from home, you can also do it through my online training, or you can come in and do a private training with me, or you could do a blended where you could do half online and half come in to LA. And go to www.mkcbeautyacademy.com, and just you can email me if you want some questions as well. So now I'm going to go with the lip. The lip is very important because I know on the Guardian of the Light and Tomb Raiders, her lips, the lighting is very dark, and so I'm kind of like thinking if it was in brighter light, it probably has a little bit more depth to it. So I'm going with a little bit more of a plummy color, and you can go plum or you can go a little bit more like brick color, a little more terracotta, but I chose this color because I think it might be a nice little accent to how she would wear her makeup, her lips especially. And to me, she's a very sexy character. She's strong, she's sexy, she's beautiful, but yet she's very feminine, even though she can, kick butt. I think she definitely needs to portray that womanly aspect. So I thought going a little bit more wine color rather than brick color really brought that out, and it also creates a nice enhancement to the softness of the eyes and the cheeks, and it gives it a little bit more vibrancy. So basically, this is what I'm really coming up with my version and my inspiration of Lara Croft. And I am now just adding some final touches. I'm adding a little bit more highlighting on the top part just to bring the cheekbones out and on the bridge of the nose and just right above her lips and her chin, and just create a nice glow because she has that really beautiful texture to her skin. and just do my final last minute blending with my complexion brush. And that's really what it is. This is my inspiration of Lara Croft. I hope you guys definitely try this out for your cosplay or just try it out. And thank you so much for watching. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. I have a ton more coming, lots of, you know, cosplay characters and lots of beautiful looks anyway. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!